Hello Aries, so I'm doing your weekly tarot for April the 28th to May the 5th. I'm going to take a look at what is going on in your situation. We'll find out why it's happening. We're looking at what's going on in your blind spot, figuring out what it is that's working for you at this time. And of course we're seeing how it is likely going to play out, okay? Really quickly, just to let you all know, just in case you don't, just in case you're not already aware, there is yet another channel that is stealing all of my content, okay? So my readings, you'll always be able to see me moving around in the video like this, okay? They'll always appear in English and they'll always be on my channel, which is Phoenix Keia Tarot, okay? Any strange channel name that is not Phoenix Keia Tarot, then it's going to be stolen content. So you could check out the details on my community page. Right, so let's get into your reading. For your situation, you've got the Five of Cups and regret with the Two of Cups and relationship. Interesting combination there. This could be indicating that someone regrets ever meeting this particular individual, right? Feeling like it's just been more trouble than what it's worth type thing, okay? Not great energies at all. However, we'll push through the read and we will see what else is coming out. We'll get you guidance and all the rest of it, okay? I feel here that someone does have buyer's remorse of some type. Now, it could be a romantic situation. It could be a business situation. Again, use your discernment, take it as it resonates. But it's very, very telling when you've got regret and relationship for the situation, right? There's a lot of, I do want to say there's a lot of anxiety that's connected to this message. Of course there is. But there's also something else that goes further than just like regret, okay? And it feels as if someone's trying to figure out in their head where everything went wrong, and they're trying to figure out any part that they played in this relationship or this connection, any part that they might have played in creating this situation as well, right? I'm hoping that someone isn't sitting there gaslighting themselves, right? I'm hoping that that's not the case. However, I can't really take it off the table right now yet either, okay? We'll find out more. Can you tell us more about this regret and relationship for Aries, please? Is this regret and relationship for the situation for Aries? What is going on? Wow. Okay, Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles off balance. It's not working. It's not working out. We've got someone who is putting in all of the effort, who is doing their absolute best to support the other person. And they genuinely feel like they're not getting anything back in return with this Eight of Pentacles off balance. Okay. That is a huge telltale sign when something isn't working. Seems to be, it doesn't matter how much effort you're putting in at the moment, you're still just getting mediocre results, right? Can you tell us more? The Hermit and the Seven of Swords. Okay. So we need to dig deeper into this Seven of Swords because it feels to me like somebody has been lying or they have been misleading the other person, right? Now, that could well be a strategy, or it could just be, I don't know, something else, right? We got to get to the bottom of this Seven of Swords first, Can you tell us about the Seven of Swords for Aries, please? That is misleading. Someone is misleading another person. The Fool off balance with the world. Okay. Aries, someone's not being honest here. They've literally got one foot out of the door. Now, I suspect that that might be you. I think it's you that's got one foot out of the door. Regretting either a relationship or, again, romantic or otherwise, or some sort of business deal here. Pretending like everything's okay, and it actually isn't okay. Because clearly someone's not happy, and I feel that this is you that's not happy, Aries. But by you, I feel like you're trying to keep the peace, but because you're trying to keep the peace, it means that you're not being honest. And when you're not honest, that typically weighs really, really heavy on your shoulders. It just doesn't sit right with you, ever. You much rather give people the straight, honest truth, right? This is a very complicated, nuanced situation where you genuinely feel like you can't just say it as it is this time round. It feels like a very sensitive topic, a sensitive situation, where you're not just able to say it as it is the way that you normally can. We've got you tiptoeing around the edges here, okay, with this Hermit and the Fool coming out off balance. Now, for as long as you tiptoe around the situation, it'll never end, okay? I feel like you're being asked to close out this loop. And the only way that you're going to be able to close out this loop is if you're completely honest with what is going on with you. Completely honest with this other person about your regrets and your unhappiness. Okay? Right, why is this happening? Two of Wands and decisions, yeah. Exactly. You got a tough decision to make, Aries. Now, while I don't know exactly the gravity of what has gone on here, I could definitely feel out the energies, okay? So I'm not a psychic, I'm an intuitive, right? This seems to be really bothering you up to the point where you're unable to make decisions for the future, right? Everything's hanging in the balance here on whether or not you're going to be able to have a conversation with this person, right? You have to make the decision. Can you tell us more? Okay. The Devil in the World. Now, potentially, this other person, they might be quite vicious, right? Is that why you're trying to tiptoe around the situation? Is that why you're being quiet at the moment? Because potentially this other person could really end up, I want to say, being malicious and vindictive. Okay. Let's find out more. I do apologise for the way that my voice sounds today. I'm chock full of the cold at the moment. The Four of Pentacles off balance, yeah. The selfish person. You know that they are not going to let you go easily. That they're not going to let you go without a fight. Okay? They want what they want their way, and that's the end of it. Can you tell us more about this Devil? Five of Cups reversed. Okay. So, emotionally manipulative. You got the Hermit and the Page of Wands that have both come out off balance here. Right. So, this is the type of person where if anything ever goes wrong for them, everybody has to know about it, okay? So they get in a mood, slam doors, slam cupboards, making a whole bunch of noise, making a huge ruckus. Everybody has to know that they're in a bad mood, right? And it seems to be that they're in a bad mood more often than not as well. Now, there could be some sort of substance misuse or abuse here as well that's going on. And as long as they are getting what they want, that's the only thing that matters in their world. It's the only thing that matters. So in the meanwhile, your own happiness, your own healing, your own sense of self is all frozen. It's like it's frozen in time. It's like you've been frozen in time since having to deal with that person, right? This energy here is saying this is happening because you're not feeling like yourself, and you haven't felt like yourself for months, possibly even years. Okay? Struggling to find any joy in life here. Just getting by, right? That's the energy of someone who's just getting by. They're not really living, they're existing. And all the while pretending like everything's okay. And it actually isn't. It's time for you to make this decision, Aries. There's no two ways about it, okay? The Hanging One, perception for what's going on in your blind spot. So this one's indicating that somehow you're needing to change up the way that you're looking at this situation. Instead of the message being, I am stuck and I'm never going to be free, remember, the Fool came out off balance. They're saying here for change up the language for how am I going to ensure my freedom, right? Perception is everything. With the bunny, that's about what you can gain, because bunnies are all about abundance and fertility, right? So focus on what you have to gain through making this decision, rather than being afraid of what you potentially might lose. See that Cheshire cat in the background, grinning? There's mischief, there's trouble, it's threatening, right? If this person has been making threats, they're toothless. Nine of Cups for in your blind spot. You don't know it yet, Aries, but things are about to get a lot easier for you, a lot better, okay? Nine of Cups is the dreamer. Dream, imagine how you wish things could be and start putting in the effort and creating that right now, okay? This dream of yours to have this calm, peaceful, loving life is more than possible, right? I feel that over the next coming weeks, Aries, you're going to start to feel a lot more empowered, a lot more inspired to start making the right investments here. The right investments is in you, and you no longer sacrificing yourself needlessly for individuals who are coming from this devil energy, right? Aries, you're being told here that this is not a problem with you. This is a problem with them. However, you could be making things a little bit more difficult for yourself than what is necessary by still being involved somehow with this person. That's just complicated the situation. What is likely going to work out for you is the Hierophant and morals. Yeah. Remember your morals, your ethics, okay? Stick by what you know is right. Because there is a clear distinction here between someone's right, another person's wrong, and the person who's right is currently being gaslit into believing that the problem is with them. And therein lies the problem. That's where all the trouble's coming from, all the drama and the arguments, right? Every time you take issue with something, it gets dragged into an argument. That's not right. And that is not normal. It might have been normalized, but it's not normal, okay? What's working for you? Wheel of Fortune. A fortunate turn of events, Aries, where you're going to have a window of opportunity available to you so that you can tackle this head on, okay? Head on. Can you tell us more about that Wheel of Fortune for Aries, please? You're destined for more and you know it, but this is in your hands to end the situation, to end that connection or that business deal, whatever this is about, okay? It is entirely in your hands to end it. Now, Aries, look at the cards closely, because I feel that Spirit's telling you over the next coming weeks there is a fortunate turn of events that gives you the excuse, not that you need an excuse to end this situation, it gives you a convenient out, okay, so that you no longer have to deal with this person ever again, right? I feel like they are about to mess up royally, and that's going to give you the excuse that you might have been waiting for. So at that point you could turn around and go, okay, that's the last straw. That's the final thing. I'm not putting up with that anymore. I've tried to be nice, tried to be fair and understanding, but this is too much. It's too much. Okay? So it feels to me like whoever this person is, they're going to mess up entirely on their own. How it's likely going to play out, the Eight of Wands and message. Interesting. You receiving an important message. Can you tell us more about this message for Aries? Thank you. The Six of Cups. From someone interesting. An important message from a person from your past. Could be an old friend or a family member that you've not spoken to in a while. Two of Cups off balance. Okay. The message that comes through for you is about a connection here or a relationship that is broken off. Queen of Cups, someone's single or someone's available. Interesting. Eight of Cups, and then a whole bunch of other cards wanted to come out. The Four of Cups. Eight of Cups to the Four of Cups. Okay. Aries, here's the thing, right? These reads, they can resonate from either side of the table, right? We've got someone here ends up single, or if this is business, then they end up without a business partner anymore. You're being contacted. Someone is letting you know that this person's available, or vice versa. Someone else from your past is hearing about your more recent events and is hearing that now you yourself are available, okay? Again, take it as it resonates. What's this Four of Cups for Aries, please? Four of Cups with the Four of Cups. Misery loves company, right? I kind of feel here that whoever this devil energy person was, they were creating a lot of problems for you with other people that you used to have really strong connections to, that you used to have really good relationships with. They likely went on this path of isolating you away from everyone who cares about you, right? So as soon as this person leaves, which definitely looks like they will be leaving, either them leaving or you getting rid of them, as soon as that happens, you're going to have multiple messages from multiple people saying how happy they are for you. Because you've not been yourself for a while. Nine of Pentacles, off balance. This has been a long time coming. And I feel like you potentially tried to do everything in your power possible to avoid it getting to this point. But it needs to get to this point, Aries. Otherwise, it'll never get dealt with. It'll never get sorted out. And you got the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Right? Feels like a no-win situation. But ultimately, you do end up coming out on top here. You do. At the bottom of that deck is the Nine of Pentacles in the upright position. You're doing the right thing. I feel that this is all about you're just needing that subtle nudge in the right direction. Okay? Because I feel like this person who's in this devil energy has been training you for so long. Okay? So that you would go along with whatever they wanted for so long. You know that this is practical and realistic, that this cannot continue the way that it has been. Can I have a healing message for Aries, please? Okay. Number 20, rest and hypnose. Right, let's take a look. Or hypnos. I think it's hypnos, isn't it? Right, let's have a look. Right, so this one says, prioritize rest and sleep. Allow yourself to dream. You need the grace of rest to be at your best. The unconscious has great depth and power, so explore it if you can. Use your imagination. Do not stay asleep on your potential and awaken to your power. Okay? And it's got a duality. I mean, all of these cards have got dualities to them, which is sleep and awake, and then rest and activity. So it's kind of like knowing the difference when to rest and when to get to work, right? And you can't stay in either place for too long. Your plant companion is the poppy, and the crystal companion with this card is Howlite, okay? Howlite. So do not sleep on your potential. You know that you're needing to be taking action on this. You know that it's unsustainable, right? You're just needing a reminder that the ball is entirely in your court here, Aries, okay? The thing that I can see is this person has made you feel powerless for so long that you might have accidentally started to believe that you were powerless, right? So let's see if we can uplift the energy of the reading a little bit with some wonderful words of wisdom from the Swear Tarot. Swearing and sarcasm could definitely be expected. So if you don't like that sort of thing, you just don't have to listen, okay? Calm the fuck down and take a break, yeah. So rest up, think, strategize, then take action. Okay? An offer comes that sparks love and happiness to your wounded ass. Interested? I mean, you do have an offer of love, care, companionship here that's coming in for you, right? You might miss the signals, especially if you're in this, especially if you're still currently hurting, yeah? You might well miss the kindness and love that others are showing to you at this time. You're going to receive a pleasant and unexpected fucking surprise. Nice. We like that one. And let a smart fucker inspire you. Take a much needed break. Okay? But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that that reading has been helpful. For personal reads with me, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. Please don't forget to like the video before you go as well if you did find that this reading was beneficial for you in any way at all. I definitely do appreciate cheeky wee likes. They help me out so much. So thank you very much for being here, Aries, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.